Hello. Hope everyone's doing really great this evening. Um, I don't know about you, but we are expecting a lot of snow this evening, so I am ready for spring. We're expecting like 5 to 8 inches overnight, so yeah, that's where we're at. But I wanted to talk to you tonight about how to read a seed packet. So I don't know about you, but when I go into a seed store, a nursery, even the home and garden section of Lowe's or Home Depot, I just the seed displays always catch my eye, and I always end up picking up like one or two or three extra seed packets, even if I don't use them that year. I am always trying to add seeds to my collection. So I'm going to go through what I have with you and talk to you about how to read the packet. All right, so this is I just keep it in a big tub, but then in there I have them separated by like kinds and types and things. I'm not very scientific about this, so it's really actually right now, I've already gone through these, so what I have these in separated into baggies right now is where I'm gonna plant them. So I also have my notebook or my calendar that I have. I got this like in the mail, like it's like I don't know, something from like a realtor. So I love this because it's super thin. I can just throw it in. It's a monthly calendar. That's all I need for my planning. Although I do like to have a notebook to actually take notes. And then actually these were my notes that I took the other day when I had a couple minutes sitting down, and these are like I was kind of sketching out. Where's the camera? It's kind of sketching out like my 6 garden beds and how I'm gonna plant them. And then what else was I doing? Oh, so this is like all of it. So these are I have 6 beds. Down here I have a plot of land that I've been trying various things in this. So I have a strawberry patch here that I have going from last year. So I'm hoping that will start producing fruit this year, and then have 2 blueberry bushes here. And then I'm planning to do my in-ground, my potatoes, carrots, onions, and beets. So all of my root vegetables will be in this section. And then I'm going to do some more notes, kind of a list of things. And then I'm also doing another area. This is the plan. Might be a little over ambitious, but we're going to hopefully go for it. We have this really steep hill out back that I really, really despise because right now it's covered in juniper, which is like a bushy type rooty thing that just is like big, and it's half of it's dead, but it's like a snake den, and it's right outside my backyard. So I hate weeding it out. It gets tons of weeds. I hate it. So I want to take that out and build like tiered like raised beds basically. And I'd really love to do that this year. Now we're getting the snow, so as soon as the snow is melted, that's what we're gonna have to start on, is doing that. So let's see. Okay, so this section here is I put together our this is what's going like my root vegetables. So root vegetables or roots, your root vegetables, you're not going to start them inside, because if you think about it, seed, it's going to be in the ground. So it's not like a seedling that you can then transplant and put into a ground, and you can, but it's much better to just leave it in and not have to dig it up until you're ready to harvest it. So we have some beets, radishes, onions, doing some carrots. Don't have potatoes here. I will be getting potatoes, but carrots and more beets. I don't know if we even like beets. I know in one of the previous videos, I talked about think about the things you like. My husband likes beets, but I don't know if he likes this many beets. I have like 1 million packets here, so I have 3 packets here. So we'll see. Radishes are really great because one of these carrots, let me see, sorry. Give me 1 second. I was looking at, okay, this one's good. Okay, so let's look at this carrot packet. So there are tons of, like, where do you buy your seeds? There are tons of great, get out of there. There are tons of great places online to buy seeds. Baker Creek, Burpee's all right in some sense. I've had hit or miss with Burpee. Honey, you know that my cat wants to sit in my box of seeds. Come on. I don't have catnip in there or anything. All right, sorry. So, seeds. Now, I've heard though that that seed companies online are really backed up because this is a movement, guys. So many people are interested in gardening and interested in becoming more self-sufficient, less reliant on the stores and commercial products, and really embracing the idea of growing your own, making your own, or or buying locally, supporting local farmers and businesses. So seed places, distributors online are back ordered. A lot of them are. So keep that in mind when you're looking. That's why I just went to the store and I gobbled these all up about a month ago to make sure that I had some on hand. So this is carrot. So it's a tender sweet carrot. It's 75 days. That's 75 days to maturity. It says that up here. The price, how much it weighs. Down here it says non-GMO. That's good. This is the brand. On the back, it will say, now I'll go through a couple because I have a couple different, like here I have a Burpee, so I'll talk about that. So on the back here, it's going to talk about, it's got the name, it's got the Latin name, it's got a description. Long, crisp, and sweet is the best description for tender sweet. Roots grow up to 10 inches and their strong tops make them easy to pull for harvest. Plant a row once a month to enjoy fresh carrots all season long. So planting a row once a month, that gives you that's how you sequence plant. So you would, so they take 75 days to mature. So you would plot out your area. You would start with first row, you'd plant them. A month later, you'd plant another. Month later, you plant another. Month later, you plant another. And then you'd start harvesting, so that once the first row gets mature, you're going to start being able to have carrots all the way through, because there's really nothing worse than having to harvest all your rows of carrots or all your tomatoes or whatever all at once, and you're left with a whole bunch. Now, obviously, you can preserve, but if you're interested in eating them fresh, doing them row by row is a really great option, and really that's how you do it and have fresh vegetables throughout the season. Especially for something like carrots, that's once you plant it, it's not going to it's not like a bush or like a tomato plant or a pepper plant where you pick and it's gonna like grow more. So once you pick it, it's done. So you can even reuse those rows. So you could have 3 rows and you could just kind of keep, planting like that. So outdoors in early spring, in full sun, and in fertile, well-drained soil. Yeah, you want to make sure that for root vegetables you don't have, it's like well-tilled. There's no rocks or anything, because carrots are going to grow. You want them hitting rocks and getting stunted or whatever. Before planting, loosen the soil. So it gives you planting instructions here. So this says plant in early spring. So I'm going to be planting these maybe a week or 2 before the freeze date. And then this says carrots can be slow to germinate. So plant a row of radishes next to the carrots to mark for rows. So that, because you plant them, they're slow to germinate. Germinate means to get the sprout out of the ground. So before you see them sprouting. If you plant radishes, the radishes will be able to be harvested as the carrot sprouts. So this is kind of how, the whole sequence cycle works. And then it gives you instructions on the depth of how to plant the seed, the plant space, so and the row space, and then sprouts. You should see within 7 to 21 days a sprout out of the ground. 75 days to be harvested. And there's about 1,000 seeds in here. So that is how this Lake Valley seeds are. Now here is a Burpee seed. This is a beet. Okay, again, you're going to have the price the company, like what it is. It's basically all in the front. And then you're going to have some descriptions. It's, planting it full sun, 60-65 days to harvest, a depth of 1/2 inch, thin every 3 inches. This says it's container friendly. 12 plants per 12-inch container. Let's see. So sow in well-worked soil after danger of frost in the spring. In frost-free areas, sow in the fall. And then after danger of frost in the spring. So I would plant this maybe like a week or 2 after the frost date, which for us was April 28th. And then here you can see this is kind of what I was talking about last night, our harvesting zones. So that Burpee has this on here. It doesn't tell you exactly what the harvesting zone is, but it will tell you when you can do an outdoor sow. So outdoor sow, and then wherever your state is, when you can do that. So that's helps you plan like that. So these are my roots. They're going to go in that large plot that I have up on the one side of my house. And I have to get potatoes also. So we'll do that. And then, let's see, what else do I got? We have these tomatoes, peppers, beans are going into my beds. I won't go through everything, but tomatoes, and peas, Kentucky pole beans, banana peppers. I mean, I don't know that I'm going to plant all of these. Some of these seeds are old too, a couple years. Let's see what else I got. I don't know. This is just my whole big bag. Now, a couple years ago, these probably aren't good anymore. I got, so this kind of thing, if you can see this. This was at a nursery. This is a salad bowl green. I went to a nursery and they had bulk seeds. So that's what this is. I doubt these will still germinate, but this is salad bowl. So I might try to use this and do some sprouts, some microgreens with them. Which means you're just putting them into, you're not even worry about thinning them. You're just putting a bunch of seeds into a kind of like a greenhouse effect. So a jar, this is a whole lesson for another day, but jar, and then you like put plastic over it and you let it sprout. And then, so basically this could be done anytime. I could do this now and I could have fresh greens, fresh microgreens. So I might do that with this, since these probably won't germinate too great, because they're a couple years old, but I would try it. For microgreens. These are all my herbs I'm going to do. I have a whole herb garden I'm going to plant as well. Now I have some flowers. I'm always a sucker for the flower seeds. I'm not much of a flower gardener, but I want to be, so we will see. I don't know what a moonflower is. I think that these are supposed to be huge. This has a height of 12 feet or more. I don't know if I actually read that when I pulled this out, when I bought this one. Maybe I can find somewhere for it, but isn't that pretty? So we'll see. So yeah, so that's how you read seed packet. It's pretty easy once you get to know it, and I would recommend when you're looking at the seeds, you just want to take note of if it's a bush variety, a vining variety. That's really important. If it's, some of these things would have like a preserving. If you're looking specifically for cucumbers to preserve, then you would have like look for ones that use terms like great for pickling, that kind of thing. And then take note of when you're planting, when you have your seed packets, and then you're also planting your lot or your plot or your beds. Keep in mind how the spacing that's required and the depth and all those things, because you don't want to plant things too close. That's a really big mistake that you can make, plant like too crowded of a garden. When you first start, you'll plant your plants, you're like, oh, this is beautiful. But I mean, a month or 2 in, 3 months in, you'll have a huge garden. You know, if you have too much, something will take over another thing, and your plants will suffer. So that's how you read a seed packet. And I will see you guys next video. So have a nice evening. Bye.